Oh, hello, and welcome to Prediction Movie Review. What is happening? Oh, hello, and welcome to Retro Prediction Movie Review. Hey guys, my name is Dylan. Normally I say nowadays, movies are far too predictable, we'll attempt to prove just that, yada yada yada. However, as much as I love movies, I realize there is a lot of classics that I've never seen. So I'd like to start something new here. Today, we will jump in the DeLorean, take a trip back in time to check out a retro movie to see how predictable they are compared to modern movies. Everything else stays the same, you know how it works. Armed with only a trailer and the first part of a movie, we'll pause to make predictions on what we think will happen the rest of the way, and then check back in at the end to see how we did. What better movie to start with than one that came out before I was even a blip in my parents' thoughts? It's the Prediction Movie Review for Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Mommy's going to the beauty parlor, darling. But I'm leaving you with your favorite friend, Roger. He's going to take very, very good care of you. Because if he doesn't, he's going back to the science lab.
All this time, I thought this was a kid's movie. Things were much different in the 80s. Oh, you like this bunny? Well, if he doesn't look after my baby while I go get my nails did, then he's going back to being used to test various products and chemicals. Isn't that right? She left him with that baby and that ultimatum? My man Roger was set up to fail.
For crying out loud, Roger! How many times do we have to do this damn scene? Raoul! I'll be in my trailer! Taking a nap! Excuse me, Toots.
Lil Baby Creeps a Lot just looked up that woman's skirt and sounds like he smoked a pack of cigarettes every day for his 5 months of existence.
It's a motion picture about friendship, love, compassion, murder.
Murder? I'm picking up that this is a kid's movie, but not really a kid's movie. Kinda like Sausage Party.
Sex.
I'd do anything for my husband, Mr. Valiant. Anything.
Further proof of my point, before we had Lola Bunny, there was Jessica Rabbit, making people question, is that cartoon character hot? And am I the only one who thinks so? Ah, little did they know, Japan had answered that question a long time ago with hentai.
But tell me, Eddie, is that a rabbit in your pocket or are you just happy to see me?
I guess you could say she's asking him, what's up, Doc? I'm actually really excited for this movie. I feel like this series could be a great chance to go back and visit some movies that either came out before my time or I just haven't had a chance to see. Trailer done, now on to the first part of the movie. We'll be back, we'll make some predictions. I have a question. How in the hell does a movie that came out in 1988 mixing live action and animated characters look better than a movie with this same setup but that came out in 2021? I'm going big with my predictions today, so let's get to them. Eddie will give in and agree to help prove that Roger's innocent, or should I say help find out who framed Roger Rabbit? Although funny enough, in the poster, the trailer, and at the beginning of this movie, there's no question mark, it's just a statement, who framed Roger Rabbit? The two will have to venture to Toonland, and while there, someone will be after them in order to try to stop them from getting to the truth. Hear me out, Judge Doom's name is literally Doom, which screams bad guy. I think he's framing Roger because he wants Toonworld himself and is doing all this to cover it up. At some point, Roger will be captured and Doom will be close to dipping him, but not before Eddie saves him. Speaking of Eddie and Toons, after what happened to his brother, which I feel like we'll learn that Doom has some connection to, he will have a change of heart and befriend Roger and learn that Toons ain't so bad. Eddie will prove Roger is innocent, and the key to that is in Acme's will, which originally they said he didn't have one. Doom was forcing Jessica to update it because if we recall, the baby had told Eddie that Acme had originally said that he would leave Toonworld to the Toons. After it gets solved, Jessica will tell Roger that she wants him back. This was all just to save Toonworld and that she really loves him. He, of course, takes her back. While on the topic of love, Eddie has not been with his lady because of the memories from their trip with his brother before he was killed. He will work past that and they will end up together. I don't know why, but I feel like we're headed towards an ending where Roger and Eddie team up. We'll get the Valiant and Rabbit Toon Detective Agency, complete with a scene where Eddie cleans off his brother's old desk to give to Roger. This is the most predictions I have ever made for a movie, so I hope at least one is true. Let's find out. I was very interested to see how this experiment went. Normally we do modern movies. They're very lazy and predictable, but how did a movie older than I am turn out? Apparently no matter the decade, things never change. I only got one prediction wrong, and that would be how I thought this would end. I figured along the way, Eddie would realize how well him and Roger work together and lead to them forming the Valiant and Rabbit Toon Detective Agency. So it would turn out they went with the much sweeter ending of Eddie and Dolores, Roger and Jessica literally walking off into the sunset together. My other 8 predictions, well, they turned out more like spoilers as they all happen. Eddie agrees to try to help prove Roger's innocence, and although they don't go for very long, Eddie does go to Toon World where he's being chased by the guy trying to get them. In a Darth Vader means Dark Father moment, Judge Doom shockingly isn't a nice guy and turns out to be an evil Toon who was the one framing Roger to take control of Toon World so that he can knock it down to make a freeway. The dip that can erase Toons was almost used to rid us of the world of the comedy genius that is Roger Rabbit. Thank goodness for Eddie and Whiskey. Through their journey, Eddie learns that Toons aren't all bad, and he and Roger share a smooch. Okay. Invisible ink was used to write Acme's will, and just in time they're able to find it to save Toon World. Jessica explained to Eddie how she was forced to get close to Acme to help Doom. However, she never told Roger that, but he happily takes her back anyways. Roger isn't the only one at the end getting lucky. I mean, carrot cake? Eddie finally realizes he needs to do better by Dolores, and they end up together. Even though I predicted a lot of what was going to happen, I still really liked this movie. It may have taken me a whopping 33 years after it was released to finally see it, but I'm very glad that I did. The opening sequence with Roger and the baby was awesome. Roger himself was absolutely hilarious. No wonder he was able to get a lady like Jessica. What can I say? Ladies love a funny guy. Isn't that right, sweetie?
You're not funny.
Okay, thank you. There was also a couple of great bits of gag comedy in here that I really appreciated.
Nice booby trap.
That's some highbrow humor right there. They joked about Dumbo being on loan from Disney, but it was so cool to see a bunch of big-name Disney characters pop up in this. As much as I loved the story and the characters, which were both very well done, most of the credit for this has to go to the animation team. Mixing both animation and live action was so well done here, and it looked incredible. My only thing I found dumb was Doom doing the classic trope of telling the good guys what your plan is because you think you have them beat, and then telling your goons to get rid of them, but then leaving before you actually see that happen. If you somehow fail to see Who Framed Roger Rabbit after all this time, please do yourself a favor and watch it. It's delightful. And if we need any proof that society has gotten very soft and freaks out at the slightest thing, just remember in the late 80s, a kids movie featured cartoon violence aplenty, an animated bunny drinking alcohol, guns, a bad guy legitimately trying to kill people, and of course, a bunch of people who were watching the movie and the characters in it wanting to fuck a cartoon character. Do you have a movie that you want to see a prediction movie review for? Obviously, I can't have seen the movie in order to make this work, but leave your suggestions in the comments below. Lastly, I predict that you will like the video and subscribe, and that's appreciated. Thanks for watching.